Hello and welcome to album 8 of 1001 albums you must hear before you die. Each album is automatically generated by the website I've linked in the description and on the screen right now. And today's album is The Cars' first album from 1978. Now, of all of the albums that I've reviewed so far, this one I was the most excited by. I really love this band. I know all of their released songs, even ones that were released years later. But sadly, I'd never sat down and listened to an entire album. I'm always preaching on about that this is what you should do. If you do like a band, you should go back and find an album or albums and listen to the whole thing. The reason I always say that is because there's more than just the singles. The singles are only a snapshot of what a band has to offer. And on top of that, I'm always amazed that there's some songs on albums that I just can't believe I've never heard that are that good and in them, their own right, could be actually singles. So let's kick it off with the Cars' self-titled album. What I was trying to show you there with the guitar is what he was doing with the chord. Well, if you could even hear that, but yeah, so doing the low and then just, it's a nice, cool little sound anyway. That should give you a pretty good taste. That's the opening track. If you've got decent headphones or a decent sound system, you should be able to hear what's going on. There's a lot of synths in there, cool bass line, drums sound awesome, cool riff, nice and slow driving, well-written song. So let's get into track number 2.
Dancing down the street with his wave blue eyes. Every new boy that you meet doesn't know the real surprise.
Now that is a really cool country kind of sounding lick. Sounds like a Telecaster, like one of my guitars if you've seen. Nice and clean, nice and twangy, and then it only gets better.
Here she comes again when she's dancing beneath the starry sky. Ooh, she'll make you feel. Here she comes again when she's dancing beneath the starry sky. I kinda like the way she dips. She's my best friend's
That is a really cool country lick there. This guitarist, Elliot Easton, is one of my favourite guitarists. He's very, very tasty. He's not afraid to throw country licks into a rock song. He's a good rock guitarist as well. He's very, very versatile, very tasty. It's just really, really good. And that is a really great tune. It's especially if you think about what was coming out at the time. This was what they were called as a new wave band. Also, something I keep noticing when I listen to that song, as the chorus finishes and I think the verse starts again, it sounds like the bass player, Benjamin Orr, there's two singers in this band, and he's the bass player. It sounds like it was recorded like in a live sort of setting. I have to look into this, but it sounded like they'd recorded live, which would mean drums, guitar, bass, all that and the synths possibly all recorded at the same time, and it sounded like he missed his cue, but they left it in there. So if that's true, that's what it sounded like to me. But this is track 3, Just What I Needed, which I believe all three, Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, and Just What I Needed, I'm pretty sure all three of these were singles.
I don't mind you coming here, wasting all my time. 'Cause when you're standing oh so near, I kinda lose my mind. It's not the perfume that you wear, it's not the ribbons in your hair. And I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. Doesn't matter where you've been, as long as it was deep. Yeah, you always knew to wear it well, and you look so fancy, I can tell. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. I guess you're just what I needed. Just what I needed. I needed someone to feed. I guess you're just what I needed. Just what I needed. I needed someone to bleed. I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time.
So I got a bit carried away with that song, but it's a really, really great track. Really tasty guitar work in there, very country feel, great verses, just the whole feel of the song, the way it's recorded, all the synths. That I think that's Benjamin Orr. I will confirm this when I edit this video. I'm pretty sure Benjamin Orr is singing that because there's two singers, Rick Okasek, who's the main songwriter, and Benjamin Orr, who you would recognise both of their voices. They're very distinctive in their own right. So let's get into track 4. Now, I will warn you, this song is a little different, but and if you've watched any of my videos before, you know how highly I hold in regard that an album has all killer and no filler. I'm really against filler. Now, this song, if I didn't know any better, I would think this song was filler, but I know it's not. I'm not treating it as filler. It kind of feels like intermission. It's a really interesting vibe. Listening to those 3 songs, Good Times Roll, it's slow, and then Best Friend's Girl picks up, and Just What I Needed, it starts to peak up here, and then In Touch With Your World, this song I'm about to play, It's very experimental. It's very XTC, that band. It sounds very much like them from the early 70s. I think they were still around in the 80s as well. So this is very different to all the other songs, but it's quite refreshing when you're listening to the whole album. It brings you back down. It's like a palate cleanser. And it ain't boring, but it is very different. Just, you be warned.
You can tuck it on the inside. You can throw it on the floor. You can wave it on the outside like you never did before.
Then have you heard like a wee party whistle? It's like they're just fucking around in the studio.
You get the diplomatic treatment. You get the boss-led future. You get the funk and the death. Get the wise and I'm a brainstorm. I'm in touch with your world. So don't try to hide it. I'm in touch with your world. And nobody's gonna buy it. It's such a lovely way to go.
See, you think you know what this song's going to do. You think, oh, okay, I get it. It's this long intro with this, drums kick in, the guitar gets heavy. But no.
It's such a lovely way to go.
That teases you again. I was just tricking. No, we are really going to go off. No. Boom, back to the other beat again. This is a very unpredictable song. You cannot possibly listen to it and think you know what's going to happen, or you think, oh, eventually it's going to kick off and it's going to build up to the... No, it does it very briefly and goes back. If you listen to that one song by itself, out of the context, without the context of the album, you'd probably think it was weird, or, it would lack... It's very much lacking context, but when you listen the full songs, because you're not listening, if you're watching this video, you're not listening to the whole songs all the way through. This song truly suits the album. So let's move on to track 5. I will jump in real quickly here. The first thing I thought when I heard the intro to this song, and the ooh, and then the guitarist that kicks in there, is it reminded me of You May Be Right by Billy Joel. And Bugging Me Dead, I looked it up, but You May Be Right came out after this. So he unknowingly possibly was inspired by this song.
But you will let them know inside of you. Right here, your kiss is totally new. Right here, your hands are soft and creamy. Right here, your mouth is wet and teeming. But now it's just what I like. So do that right. Don't you stop, don't you stop, don't you stop, don't you stop. If it makes you feel good. Don't you stop, don't you stop, don't you stop, don't you stop. Don't you stop, don't you stop, don't you stop, don't you stop.
Yep, that's pretty cool. I really like that. Moving on to track 6.
I don't care if you hurt me some
That's killer. I really like that. Let's move on to track 7 by
I can't do this way much longer, expecting to survive. With all this hidden innuendos just waiting to arrive. It's such a wave in the night, and you slip into insane. Let's get into rock and roller. I hear what you're playing. It's orange sky. Always it's some other guy. It's just a broken lullaby. Bye, bye love. Bye, bye love. Bye, bye love. Bye, bye love. Substitution master.
Great song. Moving on to track 8, Moving in Stereo.
Life's the same, I'm moving in stereo. Life's the same, except for my shoes. Life's the same, you're shaking like tremolo. Life's the same, it's all inside you. It's so easy to blow up your problems. It's so easy to play up your breakdown. It's so easy to fly through a window. It's so easy to move with the sound. It's so tough to get up. So tough.
That's really cool as well. I think that's really well done. And on to the final track.
She shadows me in the mirror. She never leaves on the light. And some things that I say to her, they just don't seem to bite. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. She tricks me into thinking I can't believe my eyes. I wait for
That album is absolutely killer. It's an absolute killer, all killer, no filler. And that means, in my humble opinion, that this is 5 stars. I am rating this as 5 stars on the 1001 Albums Generator website. And I am so glad I'm doing this. I'm so glad that this album is, I'm committed to listening to every album and reviewing them because the website asks me to. It asks me to give them a review of 5, anywhere from 1 to 5 stars. So that's why, if you're wondering who the hell is this guy, why should I listen to what he's got to say? You don't have to. Everyone's got their own opinion on what they think is good. I try to see the good in all music. You may not think that I do if you've watched any of my videos. I really, really do. And I appreciate greatness when I hear it. And look, don't get me wrong, I am not one of those people that only likes old music. It just happens that whether you like it or not, the older music was done better. It was a business, it was done differently. They were recorded differently. If you listen to any interview of any musician of back in those eras before 2000s came along, the way albums were recorded, how it was done. They would all go into a studio and they'd rehearse and they'd record and they'd write and bounce ideas off each other. It was a very different process, and it was a business. It was all organized in a different way. Now, anyone can do it from home. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just different now. That's all I'm saying. And I personally believe, and I'm not the only one, that we should appreciate a lot of this. There's a lot of work to go into albums like this, and there's a lot of gold there, and I'm going to find more. So that's it. That's the Cars' first album. This is the first album I've given 5 stars to, 8 albums in, to 1001 albums you must hear before you die. So that's it. Thanks for watching.